Good morning, sixth graders. This is Mr. Staley coming to you from the comfort of my chair, sitting here, looking outside my window on this gloomy Sunday early evening. I'm going to dive right into Monday's classwork. And hopefully you guys have opened up your classwork document for today, and you can see there that there's a few simple steps. There's not much there because most of the instructions are going to be on the PowerPoint slides. Okay, so we are going to follow the first classwork step, which says to open up the PowerPoint that is attached to the distance learning document that I'm looking at right here from my stream post a few minutes ago, or early in the morning around 9 o'clock, depending on when you're watching this. Okay, let's see. I don't have my glasses on. Bingo, there we go. Okay. So let's go back and see what we're doing here. Okay, step number 2. Once we get the PowerPoint open, we are going to follow the instructions on slides 1 through 10. So 1 through 10 is what we're doing today. Please do not do the entire PowerPoint. Just do the first 10 slides. We'll be getting into slides 11 through 15 tomorrow. Okay, so we're opening up the PowerPoint. And I got a few windows open. I don't have my glasses on. Let me put my glasses on, help myself out here a little bit. Okay, and slide 1 is just an introductory slide. There's nothing really to do there. Slide 2 is a slide that says Unit Introduction with a nice picture of our solar system to its right. And it says in your textbook, read the unit introduction on page 2. Okay, page 2 is not numbered in the book. So you will find page 2 right here, just below my hand here, right across from page 3. Here is page 2, but it's not numbered. Okay? So please read that unit introduction. I'm assuming you'll pause the video, you'll read it, and you'll be back when you're ready. And then you go to the next PowerPoint slide, number 3, and it says in your table of contents and your notes, set up your next science unit, solar system and beyond. Okay, so we're setting up our next and final science unit for 6th grade, titled Solar System and Beyond. Okay. Once you get that done, in your notes on this same slide here, you're going to see a challenge question for this unit. Okay, and I want you to record it in your notes. So label this as a challenge question. Actually, we call it the unit challenge question. And then record it in your notes. And this unit's challenge question is, what mission to space should we fund? Okay, what mission to space should we fund? All right, after that, you are going to go to the next PowerPoint slide, number 4, and we're setting up the first activity in this unit, and it's titled Exploring Space. It's on page 3 in your text, Exploring Space. So set that up in your table of contents and your notes, just like we would do in the classroom. Okay, we're doing a lot of this beginning of the unit stuff here today. So setting up a new unit, reading a unit introduction, those are things we only do at the beginning of units. So anyway, so hopefully you paused the video, you're back now, and you've got the first activity in our unit set up, exploring space. On this PowerPoint slide, you'll see there's a warm-up that I want you to do. It's 3 steps, okay? So right below where you set up activity 1 in your notes, now I want you to make a little heading and label it Space Exploration, okay? After you've done that, I want you to think about this question. What comes to your mind when you hear the term space exploration? All right, what comes to your mind when you hear that term? Take a minute and think about it. What are some of the things you think about when you think about exploring space, space exploration? Okay. And write your thoughts in your notes. Okay, moving right along, okay. First thing we're going to do now is on page 3, we're going to read the introduction to this activity. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Read the introduction to this activity. And as you do, in the bottom of the first paragraph, they're going to introduce to us what a spacecraft is. So it is our new vocabulary, so at the end of the lesson, we'll come back and we'll define what a spacecraft is. But for now, read the introduction to this activity on page 3. And after you've finished that, hopefully now you have some idea of what a spacecraft is. Not, I know you already had an idea, but I mean in terms of what the textbook says, so, okay. Anyway, we're going to record our guiding question to activity 1. So you can see that on PowerPoint slide 6. And just copy it right from that slide. The question is, what have we learned from missions to space? By the way, if you turn to page 4 in your textbook, right on the top you can see the guiding question. So you can copy it either from PowerPoint slide 6 or from the top of page 4 in your textbook. Okay, PowerPoint slide number 7. This is not in the textbook, so you have to use this slide. Think about and answer the following question. Why do you think that people have always wanted to study and explore space? All right, hopefully you gave that a minute or two, not too much longer. Okay, PowerPoint slide 8. This is where we get into the procedure, okay? So it says to complete the before column. There's 2 columns, not the after column, the before column. On student sheet 1.1, which is titled Anticipation Guide, Space Exploration. Okay, so we're going to complete the before column on that sheet. Now that sheet is also attached along with your distance learning document. It's attached to today's classwork post on the stream. Okay, so you're going to look for student sheet 1.1. Open up that attachment and you're going to complete the before column. Now if you have trouble after you open it, which I'm going to see here, that's 1.2. I don't know if I still have it open. Here, let me open it up now. I don't think that PDF is going to work. Oh, this is just a PDF. Okay. Let me see what happens when I open the Google Doc. Yeah, what you may find when you open the Google Doc is it reformatted the PDF and it's hard to really see. So if you find that, Okay, that's what I'm finding. I don't know, it might depend on your device. Then just go back to the PDF that I attached. Okay, and complete whatever it asks you to do in your notes, in your notebook. Okay, so all you have to do is write down, there are 6 statements there. So all you have to do is copy those 6 statements in your notes and make 2 columns just like you see on the PDF, just to the left, and go ahead and complete the before column. Okay, so the instructions are to read each statement, and then in the before column, you're going to put a plus sign if you agree with that statement, or a minus sign if you disagree with that statement. Okay, so you're going to pause the video, and that may take you 5 or 10 minutes to do that. Okay. All right, on to PowerPoint slide number 9. PowerPoint slide number 9 is basically the complete procedure step number 1 in your book, which is on page 5 right here. Okay, here we've got the procedure, okay, and I will read it out loud. It says, each person in your group, don't worry too much about your group, okay, right now, just worry about yourself. So you are going to pick one of these 4 space missions to read. If you look on pages 5 through the very top of page 9, there are narratives on 4 different NASA space missions. The first one is titled the Apollo Program. Okay, that starts on page 5 and goes to the top of page 6. The second mission is titled the Cassini mission. The third mission is the Hubble Space Telescope. And the fourth mission is the Mars Science Laboratory. So you're just going to pick one of those 4. You do not need to read all 4 space missions. Pick one of those 4 that looks interesting. And according to procedure step number 1, you're going to read it. And as you do read it, you're going to record information on student sheet 1.2. Okay, this is the second student sheet, okay, in today's classwork activity. So this student sheet 1.2, is also attached as a PDF to today's stream post. Okay, so I'm going to open that up, and by the way, I have the same issue with this one as I had for the last one. So when I try to open up the PDF into a Google Doc so that I can write or type right on it, it kind of reformats everything, and it's really hard to use and understand. So what I would suggest you do instead is what I would suggest, I guess, you do is recreate that data table in your notes if you're having a difficult time typing directly onto the document. You should have a data table with all 4 space missions is what you want to have, and you should have the 4 space missions listed in the left-hand column. The middle column should be labeled what was learned, and then the right-hand column should be labeled what were the challenges. So if you want to do this in your notes, I don't really care if you set it up as a table or you just take some notes, but basically you should have some space where you can write what you learned about each space mission and what you read from the narrative were the challenges of that mission. Okay? So that is procedure step number 1, and that is PowerPoint slide number 9. Now that's going to probably take you 15-20 minutes Okay, hopefully not too much longer. I really don't want this lesson to, I don't want you to spend more than about 60 minutes on this. Okay, just do the best you can do. If it's taking you longer than that, don't worry about it. There's only one slide left for today's classwork. That's slide 10, and slide 10 says we're going to complete the rest of the procedure in our Google Meets today. So really all I need you to do at this point is be ready to come to one of the two Google Meets today. I think I have them set up at 11:30 and 11:30 and 1:30, maybe 11:15 and 1:30. I think it's 11:15 and 1:30. Yeah. So plan on coming to one of those two Google Meets, and be ready to share what you learned about the space mission that you chose to read about. Okay. And I hopefully will see you in one of today's two Google Meets. So good luck with today's classwork. I'll see you later.